Hey y'all, what's up? Hey, let me get comfortable. Okay, cool. All right, so I want to put this video together. I don't even know what day it is. I think it's Monday, and just share my thoughts about forgiveness and grace. Here's the deal: you can afford other people grace, and you can afford to forgive other people, but this is a learning moment for me, something that really just hit me pretty hard, but it's a learning moment. Not everybody that you show grace to or forgiveness to will show that same measure of grace or forgiveness to you too, right? So, but here's the deal. Don't let that make you bitter, because when you become bitter, you become like the people who don't afford you the same grace that you give them. Woo! Do you get that? Do you see how all that works? Bitterness is powerful. And it doesn't even mean that the person who doesn't afford you grace or the same measure of forgiveness is bitter. It doesn't mean that they're bitter. It just means that not everybody is going to excuse your mistakes, your shortcomings, the same way that you excuse theirs. So don't let that make you bitter. You continue to be a good person. And the universe has a way of catching up to us, right? Because the very people who we seek forgiveness from, that sort of are very strict and sort of hold a tight rope and don't want to give us any slack. They sort of tend to be a little more harsh, or whatever the case may be. The universe has a way of reminding us all when we tend to be strict, or we tend to think that, oh no, we don't have to forgive or show grace. The universe has a way of reminding us that we deserve grace and forgiveness too. And when we are in a position to where we need a lot of grace, mercy, or whatever the case may be, oh man, it puts it in perspective. Things change. We sort of like, oh man, I start to remember everybody else that gave me grace, but I wasn't as quick to give other. Because see, here's the thing: folks will hurt you, they will cross your boundaries, and then you can be human. You can hurt other people, and then you're like, wait, whoa, hold on just a second. Now, 25 times I forgave you, but 3 times I asked for forgiveness and you were never there. This is not about counting or calculation, but this is about just simply remembering that you continue to love, you continue to open your heart and be there for those people who may be hurting, broken, or not. They can be whole. But when they cross your boundaries or when they hurt you, it's okay to forgive. It's okay to say it's okay, and to be there for other people. Just remember, when they're not there for you, don't let that make you bitter. Continue to have a smile on your face. Let the universe do its own work. You can't police people, but you can continue to love and be there for people. So don't let other people in their inability or their unwillingness, because not everybody has to forgive you or let you or move past hurt or any form of trauma that you've been, that the two of you may have experienced, or that the three of you, or that your family, or that your job, or anything that you've been through that has been a challenge, but that has caused some level of conflict. You can't expect them to move from that. It's okay, but keep your heart right. It's okay to forgive, and it's okay to let grace have its way. I just want to share that. I just want to encourage you. That's a learning experience for me, because I often thought that, wait a minute, if I forgive you and several times, and I screw up one time, I need to cash in my chips. Woo! But grace doesn't work like that. Grace doesn't have a count. Grace doesn't look at the wrong. Forgiveness doesn't look at the wrong. Forgiveness says, I truly forgiving you, and the slate is clean. That's the power of the gospel, the message of Jesus Christ. For those of you who are familiar with the gospel and the Bible, but it's not just limited and constrained to the Bible. Grace is that powerful. It says, it's over. I don't hold that against you anymore. But you also have a choice to decide. You can see, it's possible to forgive, right? And not let those people in your life. So you don't have, just because you forgive somebody, you have a right to still say, I forgive you, but I don't want you in my life. And that's okay too. So I wanted to share this video with you as a form of encouragement, and hope this blesses you too in regards of grace and forgiveness. Cool. All right.